live on the air. I'm Richard Saile.
This is wild.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Loungetime. I'm your host, Rich Saile. Today, we have a lot to get into. Crazy weekend for me, okay? Literally had to cover an overtime game today. Wildest finish probably I've seen in a little while. Probably not wilder than any NFL games, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Watched Oregon-Ohio State. Great fucking game. And then Ole Miss LSU I seen was tied at 23 with a few seconds left. They're probably going to overtime. I don't know. I'm not watching the game because I'm trying to record this for the people. Anyway, we got a lot to get into today. The Jets firing Robert Saleh, one of the big headlines of the week, with a lot of upsets that were surprising, including the Giants, including the Cardinals. Yes, I'm going to be talking about that. And, like I said, New England Patriots starting Drake May. But you notice, your boy's wearing all black. I'll save it for the show. Anyway, let's get into it, man. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be doing this once again. So, what we're going to do is, because there's so many games I want to talk about, I'm going to quickly kind of go through some things, but I got to start off with the Jets-Vikings because it led to our first head coach firing of the 2024 season. Let's start with the Jets-Vikings. Let me get the Vikings out of the way because there's a lot in the Jets I got to say. Okay? And I was on the Yammerer on Tuesday, the Sports Yammerer. Check that out on 107.7 The Bronx. 10 to 11 p.m. on Tuesdays. We'll be back at it again. You don't want to miss it because we got some great segments. Myself, Matt Brown, Kyle Hanlon. Would be awesome if you guys could listen in on Tuesday. I'm going to be there, so I don't know why you wouldn't want to listen to me on there. But anyway, let's go with the Jets-Vikings. Let's start off with Minnesota. I glanced at this game while I was trying to get some stuff done, but I did watch early, and my takeaways are this. Sam Darnold didn't play great because the Jets' defense is also really good. Like, top 10, top 5 in the league, you could argue. I would even go top 5. That's how great that defense is. Okay? And if you really think about it, right, their 3 losses, they played extremely well outside of the San Francisco game. Okay? So really the last 2 games, they've done enough to win the game. But we're going to save that, okay? Now, the offensive line for Minnesota, their run game didn't really help out a lot, right? Jay Jetta, 6 catches, 92 yards. Yeah, I want to make sure that's right. Yeah, that's right. 6 for 92 yards. That's good, right? Jordan Addison, 3 for 36, right? So, you know, again, Jay Jetta, he's going to do what a great wide receiver does. Get open and get down the field, make some plays, run great routes. Jay Jetta's is basically the do-it-all receiver, top 5 in the league. The defense for Minnesota. Brian Flores, he got heat for, you know, how he treated Tua as a head coach, man. But let me tell you something. The man can coach defense. The man can absolutely coach defense. I don't care what anyone says. This man's cover 0 exotic scheme, it works, bro. It absolutely works. All right? 4 sacks, 11 quarterback hits. Then Ginkle had the touchdown. I know him because he used to be a Miami Dolphin. I hate the Dolphins. I still do. 63-yard pick 6, man. Okay, 3 interceptions. Stephon Gilmore, former Patriot, with the game-sealing interception. Minnesota, man, they're the real deal. They're the real deal. Shout out to my buddy Kyle Rooney, man. Okay, this dude, Vikings fan, they're really damn good, man. Okay, all right, they are absolutely amazing. I mean, offensively, hey, they got weapons. Sam Darnold playing really good outside of this game, but again, he did enough, right? When I look at Minnesota, couple, sloppy possessions, fumble, turnover on downs. Darnold had the pick, but that defensive touchdown kind of washed out some of it, right? And Again, 4-13 on third down. That's not really going to be great. Honestly, it's not that good, because when you're under 30%, or 33%, I should say, that's not that good. 11 penalties, though, for 80 yards, 2 turnovers. That needs some cleaning up to do. But Minnesota, hey, enjoy the bye week, man. You're 5-0, kick back. But remember, all eyes are going to be on you with that target on your back, because you and the bandwagons are the only unbeaten teams. I'm going to save something for the bandwagons, because let me tell you something. This is the greatest week of the NFL season. Why? Because you motherfuckers are off. I don't want to see Taylor. I don't see Taylor Swift fucking shit. Nothing. Fuck the Chiefs bandwagons. I'm so glad they're not on this week. This is the greatest week ever. Okay? For this season, for now. Until you bandwagons lose in the playoffs. But, Minnesota. Good shit. 5-0. You guys are the real deal. Enjoy the bye week. All right? No beef with Minnesota at all. Just want to make sure. No beef with the Vikings. Chiefs are 5-0. I have beef with those bandwagons. Okay? My opinion, Vikings are the best 5-0 team. They are. They're the best 5-0 team right now. Let's get to the Jets, man, because there's some serious shit we have to talk about here. Okay? Now, let's start with the game before we get into the discussion of the Robert Saleh firing. Okay? Aaron Rodgers, 29 of 54 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Against Denver, you threw the ball a lot. Your running game was non-existent. When Aaron Rodgers throws a lot, you don't win. We have Breece Hall. Where is he against Denver? Denver's run defense might be pretty good. Can somebody please tell me why the Jets only ran the ball 14 times for 36 yards? I know they were playing from behind most of the game, but 14 times for 36 yards? Are you kidding me right now? That's... What did you just completely abandon the run? There's more. Garrett Wilson, 13 carries for 101, 13 catches for 101 yards. I'm tired. Bear with me, guys. I'm literally up at 12 a.m. recording this. 13 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. You know what he's going to do, right? He's going to be a reliable guy, right? He played pretty damn good. Conklin, 6 catches, 55 yards. Allen Lazard with a touchdown, right? Okay. Jets offensive line, 3 sacks allowed, right? With a Hall of Fame left tackle, Tyron Smith, not on him, okay? Defense played really well to get it done, right? You got a fumble recovery from Quincy Williams. You had 4 sacks, okay? Will McDonald, again, that dude is having an underratedly great season for himself. Brandon Eccles had a pick. Okay, so then my question becomes, right? Who are we going to blame when the Jets lose games? I told you guys, every time they lose, the microscope is going to be huge, and they're going to analyze it because you can't hide anything. You're going to be analyzed like a microscope every game you lose. And this is what I'm doing on the show too, because guess what? They went all in supposedly. Okay, well, we got to look at it this way. 5 of 17 on third down. Awful. Okay? Less than 3 yards per rush. That's bad. Less than 4 yards per pass. Not really that good. 8 penalties for 76 yards. 3 turnovers. 2 of 3 in the red zone. It's not going to get it done. That's not going to get it done, man. Okay? That's not going to get it done. If you're going to beat a team that's supposedly supposed to be a team that's supposed to be the real deal, man. Okay? Aaron Rodgers, 3 picks. Listen. He's a great quarterback. Top 10 all time. No issue with that. None. But these last 2 games, oh, no. You're not escaping criticism. Oh, no. You're playing horrible. You're playing horrible, Aaron Rodgers. This is not the level the Jets are. Everybody kept telling me, the Jets are a quarterback away, Rich. The Jets are a quarterback away, Rich. You know, they're pretty damn good. All I hear from the Jet fans, from everybody that I see, whether I'm in college right now, whether it's fucking friends of mine, oh, Rich, the Jets are a quarterback away. It was Zach Wilson they blamed, right? Before that, all the carousel guys they used to blame. Well, guess what? Aaron Rodgers is supposed to fix that, right? Guess what, though? 3 picks ain't going to cut it. You threw a pick six that decided the game. And then, what you want to do right after shows you can't hold any accountability for when you fuck up. Ever. You can never, ever, ever hold accountability for yourself when you lose. Now, I don't like watching Get Up. I think that they are a bunch of cheerleaders and like non-objective analysts over there. I won't name names. I know who they are, okay? I don't like watching them, okay? But even they were saying something that I agreed with. Ryan Clark particularly, where he said Aaron Rodgers, it's an insult. He said another word. I don't remember what exactly it was. The tweets are all over Twitter if you want to look over it, right? It's basically criminal that we put Aaron Rodgers in the same discussion when Tom Brady and Peyton Manning moved to new teams. Let me tell you what the difference is between those situations, right? Tampa was literally a quarterback away, right? They didn't make the playoffs before that until, the last time they made the playoffs before Brady was 2007, okay? The Broncos, I remember that team because that's when they had Tim Tebow and everybody did the fucking Tebowing, which one of my homeboys who fucking did it is actually watching this show right now. Rabal took the Pelicans to the finals over the Nets. That's a legendary meme, Rabal. Putting you on blast, okay? Because you were one of those kids doing Tebowing, okay? Now, he's my boy. We're friends and shit, right? I had him on the show years ago. Go check that episode out. That was great. Back to the actual discussion. So, remember when Tebow and them made the playoffs, right? Everybody knew Tebow wasn't going to take Denver where they needed to go. That's why they got Peyton Manning in free agency, right? But what did those guys do that Aaron Rodgers has not done to this point? They both had playoff instant success that took them to the playoffs. Okay? Peyton Manning was second in MVP voting and I think second in Comeback Player of the Year voting to Adrian Peterson in 2012. Okay? Tom Brady threw 40 touchdowns in Tampa Bay and won a road playoff game every single playoff game up until the home Super Bowl in Tampa, when technically they were the road team. So, again, when I see those guys, they're an exception. When they lose, they take accountability. And I'll tell you one thing that's a definite. They didn't get their coaches fired. Tom Brady didn't get Bruce Arians fired. Peyton Manning didn't get John Fox fired in Denver. They didn't do that. That was an organization's decision. Aaron Rodgers got Robert Saleh fired, regardless of what he wants to say. Because we know this. He was on the phone with Woody Johnson. And I'm sure there was more said than a 5-minute phone call asking, hey, how you doing? Oh, what do you think went wrong in the game? No, there was more than that. Because it just doesn't make sense. Okay? There's no doubt Aaron Rodgers got Robert Saleh fired. Not just because he probably didn't like him. His play got him fired. He sucked against Denver, sucked against Minnesota. This man got Robert Saleh fired. Now, I'm not saying it's entirely the reason he got fired, but his play added something to it. Probably the majority of the reason. Quincy Williams, I heard a quote from Jet fans where I go to college, okay, of them getting the same message. That is going to basically turn out the locker room. That had a part. I'm not going to say it didn't. But when I hear shit that says Aaron Rodgers was upset that Robert Saleh wanted to fire Nathaniel Hackett, and Rodgers steps in and is like, no, you're not firing Nathaniel Hackett. And then Saleh gets fired. There's no way in hell that Aaron Rodgers did not have a say in Robert Saleh getting fired because of that call. If that was true, I know Aaron Rodgers had something to say in that. Because why would he get mad and stand up for Nathaniel Hackett if Robert Saleh wasn't going to fire him? See, you can't fool me. You just cannot fool me. Okay? If it was Woody Johnson's decision alone, totally understand that, right? But it's probably both. But there's no way you mean to tell me that this man did not get fired because of Aaron Rodgers' bad play. No, it's more than that is what I'm saying. And now, Jeff Ulbrich is taking over, former player, okay? Good defensive coordinator for Saile. Let me tell you something. All eyes are going to be on him Monday night. Because if you guys look fucking flat against Buffalo, let me tell you something right now. You play like you've been playing these last 2 weeks. Now, you should beat Buffalo. You own them at MetLife. Josh Allen sucks in MetLife against the Jets for whatever reason. You should win that game. You fall flat on your face like you have these last 2 games. Let me tell you something right now. Those Super Bowl hopes are going to be out the window. That Aaron Rodgers talk of him slipping past 40, what did your boy say? What did your boy say? What did I say about quarterbacks past 40? Tom Brady's an exception. He's coming off an Achilles injury. I'm not using that as an excuse. They're not the same, and historically, they don't play well past 40. They don't. It doesn't happen. Okay? They don't play well when they hit 40. They hit a wall. Except if you're Tom Brady, but that's why I said he's an exception. They don't play well. He's coming off injury. So, again, listen. We had too much expectations. Myself, I was like, I need to see how he looks off the injury. If he can play just better than what Zach Wilson and them gave them, which he should, that's what they need. The Super Bowl hopes and shit, that's a little too much. It's a little too much. I had them as a playoff team, thinking Aaron Rodgers' play would help get them to be a playoff team. To win the division? No. But let me tell you something. Aaron Rodgers keeps playing like this. That washed up talk stuff, that's real. But right now, I'm not going to go that far, but if you get blown out by Buffalo on Monday night in your building with the first game of an interim coach, oh no! We're going to be talking about that. Whether that's Saturday here or what. That's going to be the conversation. Because Aaron Rodgers clearly picked, to get Robert Saleh fired. Now, he didn't pick Jeff Ulbrich. There's no way. But he falls flat on his face. That's not going to go well. Okay? There's going to be a lot of noise. You're not going to be able to escape. It's New York media. Brutal sports media market as far as just when they lose. That's not a bad thing. I'm just telling you the nature of the situation. Okay? Todd Downey's calling plays over Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah. Good luck with that. But I'm telling you right now, you fall flat on your face, it ain't going to go well. It's not going to go well. Bengals-Ravens. Let's talk about that game. Because for those of you that paid attention to Guarantee It's, what was the best bet I had for the week? I know. I said it's going to go over. Guarantee was going to go over. It hit. And I got to think overtime for that because it definitely hit well before overtime, okay? This game I flipped back and forth with while I was watching the New England Patriots, which we're going to get into because I got a lot to get onto with that damn team. They infuriate me. I know why, Rich, why are you talking about them? But there's a decision that happened that I have to talk about, okay? That I have to give an opinion. But I got to get to this game because I really want to talk about Ravens-Bengals, okay? This was a damn good game. Lamar Jackson, 26 of 42 for 348 yards, 4 touchdowns. Can we talk about that one play, bro, where he literally, it's a bad snap, right? I'm literally drawing on my hand, okay? But he literally, low snap, right? He picks the ball up. He's got a defender coming this way, right? Where he's literally closing out to sack him, right? He's running literally to the other sideline, right? And he sees the defender's closing out to hit him, right? And he just throws that ball, like, across his body and somehow fits it into a sandwich of 2 defenders to Isaiah Likely, I think it was. Oh, my God. How did Lamar make that throw? Now, 3 guys in that league can make that throw. He's one of them. Josh Allen and Mahomes can make that throw. Nobody else making that throw. Nobody. Prime Aaron Rodgers actually would have made that, so maybe 4. But 3 right now can do it. Okay? But Lamar, he didn't play good the last 2 games. He cost me Survivor Pool. I'm not forgiving the Ravens for that. Fuck no. But as far as this game goes, We know a regular season quarterback that he is. We know the talent that he does in the regular season. We know he is phenomenal in the regular season. The questions are, can you win that postseason game to get your team to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl? That's really the questions. Postseason problems are what Lamar Jackson has. Okay? I'm not worried about the regular season with him. I'm not. I'm worried about the postseason results because that's the thing he can't seem to do when it's a big game. He can't seem to win a postseason game. He always comes up small, right? The running back, King Henry, won me another fantasy game. I'm 4-1. Thank you, Derrick Henry. 12 carries, 15 carries for 92 yards. I apologize. Okay. Zay Flowers, 7 catches for 111 yards. Charlie Kohler, 3 for 64. Bateman, 4 for 58. Andrews, the 1 week I bench you, 4 for 55. Glad you wanted to show up. Isaiah Likely, 2 touchdowns. Looks like I know why I'm not starting you in fantasy anymore. All right? Ravens defense gave up a lot of points. I said the reason this defense is not the same is they give up a lot through the air. And that's an interesting matchup they got next week against the Commanders tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. Marlon Humphrey had a pick. Defense had 3 sacks. So, again, the Ravens, they're not the same defensively, but offensively, hey, their running game, you know what they're going to be. Their passing game has a bit of questions, but they have been playing pretty good, right? One bad series, which was the fumble, but really the missed field goal kind of happened, so I kind of count that as a wash. Here's the numbers right here, guys. You guys are going to really hear about. 10 for 15 on third down. 10 for 15. That's phenomenally great for the Ravens. This offense is dynamic and explosive. Not through the air, but the ground game is dynamic and explosive. We know what this team is. They just need that element of the passing game that makes Lamar a threat as a passer. And this offense is legit. And so far, these last couple of games have done that, especially this game being the sign, right? But there's a little bit something else that's true of this as well, right? But 10 to 15 on third down, phenomenally great, okay? 5 penalties for 21 yards. A little too much as far as the number, but the yards, that's low, right? 5 for 6 in the red zone, that is great, okay? They were lucky to win by 3. 1 turnover. Little things to do, but they got the win there. They're winning 3 straight. They got a big game against the Commanders tomorrow. We're going to have something in on that. Don't you worry. I might have it for guarantee. It's okay. So we're going to stick. Do not want to miss that. Let's get to the Bengals because this team's really, really, really in trouble right now. I can't even dispute it. And it's not just offensively, it's just as a bigger picture, this team's in trouble. Joe Burrow was 30 of 39 for almost 400 yards, 392 to be exact, 5 touchdowns, and had 1 interception. Joe Burrow is putting up Dan Marino numbers from like 1985, 1986. And his team's still losing. Okay? This is what Joe Burrow's numbers are right now. He's putting up Dan Marino 1986 numbers. Almost 400 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. The Bengals' run game just barely got over 3 yards a carry. Where that running game has been, I don't know. Okay? Chase balled out. 10 catches, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns. Remember the one game his rookie season where he kicked the Ravens' ass? Yeah, I remember that game. Okay? T. Higgins, 9 catches, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those guys, the best 1-2 punch as a receiver, arguably in football, right? Chase Brown had a receiving touchdown, right? Here's the problem, though. Y'all are 1-4 right now. And now everybody's going to wonder, hey, should we make a trade at T. Higgins? New England Patriots, you should be making one. New England Patriots should be making one. But I digress. I know they won't. Jermaine Pratt had a fumble recovery. The Bengals defense, now listen, I have sung Lou Anarumo's praises to be a head coach. I think he deserves it, okay? I think this defense so far through 5 games has been putrid. It has been atrocious. I almost said atrocity. Forgive me. I'm literally doing this at 12:17 a.m., okay? I have the computer in front of me, literally with the time, okay? They were an atrocity. They've been atrocious through 5 games. New England, you give up 16. Okay. Trap game, I said it week 1. Go look it up. I even said in the Yammer that made Kyle leave the screen and Matt crack up laughing. I literally made Matt show that day. he'll back me up on that. But ever since then, 27 to Kansas City. Carolina, I think, got near 20. You gave Washington scored 30. And now the Ravens score 41, bro. I mean, this defense is so bad. Like, guys, they had 1 sack by Sam Hubbard, 1 fumble recovery, but they can't get a fucking stop. They're giving up too many big plays where you just go, this is not the Lou Anarumo that I knew I was endorsing to be a head coach, dude. Seriously. Right now, he's making me look horrible right now. 8 of 14 on 3rd down. That's great. Problem is you can't stop a cold. Perfect in the red zone. 4 penalties for 24 yards. Not bad. 1 turnover basically was it. And the missed field goal by McPherson. So when I look at the Bengals, I'm looking at this going, you're asking Joe Burrow to go win a shootout week in and week out. Now, he is capable of doing that. Here's the problem. This defense is horrible. Horrible right now. You can't make it up. They're horrible. Now, their running game, non-existent. You can't even fucking run the football. That's a problem. That's a problem right there. So, you're not going to win that way. Are they done? I won't. They are leaning towards being done. They are. Because the talk is going to be now, does a team try to make a move at T. Higgins? Because, A, he's going to want money. The Bengals are not going to pay him that much money because they got to worry about Ja'Marr Chase. They just paid Burrow. And the defense, they're going to need to go get some help for Burrow on that side of the ball. So T. Higgins is going to be a man on the open market anyway. So is the team going to look at T. Higgins and say, okay, we can get him for possibly a 1-year rental, but can we get a pitch to him based on the second half of our season to get him to come to us? But are you also willing to pay a draft capital for him? If you're a damn good team and you know it, you're a big piece like him away, yeah. But a team that's trying to do it, I don't know. That's why I don't think New England's going to make that move, because New England's got a lot more bigger moves to worry about, okay? Speaking of my New England Patriots, yes, I'm talking about this game. I'm wearing all black. I don't care. I want to talk about this game, even though I did a segment of, can I vent on the Sports Gamer? I did talk about this. And I'm going to do it again because it's my damn show, bro. Really, let's sum it up like this. The Miami Dolphins, with a third-string quarterback, Tyler Huntley, who all I know he could do is run and check down. He's got no real serious arm, okay? He just runs and throws accurate. He's your typical scrambling quarterback that has some accuracy to his game. You force him to throw deep, he sucks, okay? Their running game decides to fucking go berserk in the second half. Alec Ingold scores a touchdown. Alec Ingold scores a fucking fullback. Get this. They had not one. They had 2 80-yard rushing yard running backs that carried the ball at least 13 times. Who the fuck is Jalen Wright? Tell me, who the fuck is Jalen Wright? Raheem Mostert, he always just somehow annoys me. Last year, specifically, he annoyed me in New England again. I don't know what it is with him playing in Foxborough. He just fucking annoys me when he plays. Okay? Tyreek Hill had 6 for 69 yards. And then he wants to respond to a tweet that says, well, who's going to give me the ball? Well, who's going to throw me the ball? Yeah, because you're realizing now what DeAndre Hopkins had to go through with those carousel quarterbacks. Except DeAndre Hopkins got it done in his prime with average quarterbacks. You sure you love that Miami Beach life, Tyreek Hill? No stadium context? You sure you love that? Because that's the only thing you're going to get real nice in Miami. You ain't getting no championship anytime soon. You ain't. Jonnu Smith, oh, now he does something. Except it's against us. 5 for 62. We got 3 sacks on them, okay? their defense wasn't really that great. It wasn't. It wasn't great. Okay? They had 2 sacks because we have the worst offensive line in football. They didn't even get a takeaway. They had more special teams botches than takeaways. Their special teams kept us in the damn game. Which brings me to the pathetic state of the New England Patriots right now. Now, I got a long list of videos of me with Patriot ranting. I don't like to do this. But this damn team continues to give me more ways to do it. And I don't like ranting about them, but they make me do it anyway because they find new ways to just say, we got them now. Here's the latest. You know what I said on the Sports Gamer, guys? I said, guess how many yards per carry we had averaged against the Dolphins on Sunday? Guess the number real fast. You want to know what the number was? It was 7.9 yards per carry. 7.9. The highest in franchise history for a single game. Yet you still lose. Why? Because Jacoby Brissett can't throw the ball ahead of the line of scrimmage. He has to throw it 1 to 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Jacoby, throw ahead of the line of scrimmage. I get your captain check down like Alex Smith used to be for the Chiefs. Yes, I watched football those days. I know. I've been watching football for a while. I do know Alex Smith was captain check down once. Jacoby Brissett's taking the torch. The man will not throw 2 to 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Jacoby, there's a reason you know how to move down the field. You don't move the ball throwing this way, east and west, behind the line of scrimmage. You throw it straight. You throw it straight. That's why it's called the forward pass. Ramondre Stevenson, the guy we were supposed to bench for Antonio Gibson, had 12 carries for 89 yards. Yet he's out this week against the Texans. I digress what I say there. Pop Douglas, 6 catches for 59 yards. Everybody else had 2 catches. Or 1. Okay? Isaiah Bolden recovers a fumble. We block a field goal. No, they had a low snap on a field goal. We blocked the punt. Yet what do? Still can't score. Okay? Aquale, Anthony Jennings, Jacqueline Roy, Josh Uche got a sack finally. They look bad. Our defense does everything it does to play great. And get this, guys. If you were to tell me that the Bills would lose to the Texans, good chance of happening. The Jets would lose to the Vikings in London, good chance of happening. And this game could tell us, guess what? You are 1 game out of first place if you win. All you have to do is beat the damn Dolphins with a 3rd-string quarterback. I'm thinking, oh, this is a game we could win, right? We don't. The Dolphins are not the Niners. They're not the Jets' defensive line. We could. No. Jets lose to Minnesota. Buffalo loses at Houston. I'm like, oh, it's got a chance. We could be 1 game out. We need 1 damn drive. Okay, they're moving the ball, right? Jalen Paul catches it. What looks to be a touchdown. Oh, it's great. We got it. Yes, we're finally going to overcome the Miami Demons. And then the fucking damn referees get in the damn way because guess what? Apparently the heel drag doesn't count as 2 feet in. What? Every fucking time they play the Dolphins, every time, you can't even make this up. It was Miami Miracle, Mike Gesicki, the worst gritty to ever exist, beats us to ruin the fucking 2 seed for us. Okay, the other year, Damian Harris fumbles the football. Okay, it's always something. It's always something, man, with the fucking Dolphins. It's always something when they play us. This adds to the long list. Why is it that we can never beat this shit team that is known to underachieve, yet they talk like they fucking are good? Tua is trash. The man cannot beat an elite team for shit. I have seen it, and I can back it up. Go look at my other fucking videos when I talk about this. Now, Tua didn't play this game. Mike McDaniel's good offensive mind. The man's turning into Brandon Staley a little bit, okay? This team was as vulnerable as they were. In a game, you had a chance to be one game back of first. You lose. Now you're 1-4 for back-to-back seasons. I get it. I said this team was not expected to be good, but this was a game you had to have because you could have made at least me go, okay, even though we might have played ugly, Drake May is at least in soon. Now what you did was, because the offensive line and quarterback play is so bad, you rushed this kid into the fire. Now that makes me go, okay, is he ready now? But I'm thinking you have to go up because this kid's the only hope you have to get your offensive scoring numbers from going somewhere. Look, guys, here's what makes this worse. Miami was 2 of 11 on third down. 2 of 11. That's worse than 20%. I'm not a math major. I know that's under 20%. Okay? We had 12 penalties for 105 yards. We were 0-2 in the red zone. Miami was 1 for 2. Miami had 2 turnovers. They had 6 penalties. Gerard Mayo, listen, man. I was happy that you won week 1. Okay? I only said New England stand up once because I was so happy I didn't think we would beat Cincinnati, even though I told people do not rule us out that game because of all the reasons I stated in the week 1 video. Go look back and watch that. But you're going to have to eat some crow for this one, man. All right? He's a young coach. I'm not going to kill him completely. Let me tell you, Mayo, that 12 penalties for 109 yards is 105 yards is not going to cut it. 0-2 in the red zone ain't going to cut it. You ain't winning football games that way. That's why you had to make this change. This kid, now I've heard great things about him from everybody that I'm following as far as it covers the Patriots. I'm hearing great things, which makes me feel at least go, okay, hopefully he's good. Okay? I'm not asking him to be like C.J. Stroud rookie season. I would never do that to him, okay? I learned my lesson when we had Mac Jones and then he fell off in the last 4 of the 5 games. All right? I learned my lesson the hard way, okay? But I'm going to say this, man. This is not good, man. This is not good, okay? Now, I'm actually worried now that they're going to ruin this kid because we can't protect him for whatever reason because we have the worst offensive line in the league. We have the worst offensive line in the league. I'm happy Drake May's starting, but you have nowhere to go but up. If you started Brissett, you were going to go nowhere anyway. I just want to see improvement, damn it. That's all I want to see is improvement. Let's quickly go through Bills-Texans because this number I heard from one of my guys. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, holy shit, that's a real stat. First, we got to talk about something serious, all right? And I need to know from, people that follow the Bills on this question. Kyle from Sports Hammer will let me know on this probably if he does decide to watch Loungetime. If not, all good. Josh Allen was 9 for 30 for 131 yards and a touchdown. Yes, that's not a typo. 9 for 30 for 131 and a touchdown. That is horrible. Horrible. Okay? Now, the reason I won't completely go off on him is because Sean McDermott's clock management. I'm going to get to that in 2 seconds. I want to go over first about the hit he took. If you didn't see the hit, it's probably on YouTube by now. You might find it on Twitter. Let me say this to you guys. That was not a good hit to watch. I didn't see it until probably Tuesday when I saw it in a class and I was like, how did he get allowed in the game? Back in the game. Seriously, how did he get allowed back in the game? Because he definitely looked like he got knocked out bad. He took a hit to the head. That was a concussion. And if that's not an obvious sign of a concussion, I want to know one or two things. One, is the NFL really protecting its players? Because there's no reason that man should have been rushed back into the game after that hit he took. Where was these quote-unquote spotters for concussions? Where were they there? Where were they then at that moment? There's no excuse for him not to be not in that game. Now, I get it. They're trying to get all the celebrity stars they want in the game, right, because it helps drive ratings. Aren't you also the same league that prioritizes player safety of the game, Roger Goodell? Or should I call you Fidel Goodell, as Poppy Levitard would say on the Dan Levitard show? Yes, Matt Brown, I do know of the Dan Levitard show. Poppy Levitard actually said that on Highly Questionable. Let me take that back. What about player safety, Fidel Goodell? What about that? But yet you want to be a puppet and not say shit. I know how you are. I know you are. Because you're the same guy that fucking gave Tom Brady a 4-game suspension, even though more probable than not does not mean you're guilty in a court of law. But I digress that part. That's unexcusable. Inexcusable for Josh Allen to be brought back in that game. He was not ready to come back in that game. That man had a concussion. And you rushed him back out on the field. Now, I don't know if that's a trainer's fault, if that's the NFL saying, he's good, we need him back in the game for ratings. That's unacceptable. Somebody botched that. Now, to Sean McDermott's clock management. I don't know why you're throwing 3 times inside your own 20, and it's all incomplete passes. You're not moving the ball anywhere significant anyway. You're tied. Run the ball and play for overtime. Do you not trust your defense in this game? You've kept Stroud at a point where 20 points, okay, we have them pretty much in check for now. No, you keep relying on Josh Allen to be Superman. What does he do? Incomplete. Punt it away. Stroud makes one or two throws. Fairbairn, 59 yards to win the game. James Cook had 20 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown. Keon Coleman had the 49-yard touchdown. These wide receivers, and I know they think Josh Allen could beat Mahomes winning it with a bunch of average receivers. Let me tell you something right now. There's a guy named Devontae Adams open. I get he may be a diva. And I know his contract is a handful to take on. You know what you do? And I'm dead serious about this. You cut Von Miller's contract, because that was a horrible deal you gave him, and you go bring Devontae Adams in because you're going to need him. I know we're not winning the division anyway. That's why I'm comfortable in saying this. Okay? That defense for the Bills, they had 1 sack. Terrell Bernard got a pick. That was inexcusable for them to lose that game. 3 of 14 on third down is horrid. Okay? 1 of 3 in the red zone. Awful. Sean McDermott, let me tell you something right now. I told Kyle this on the Sports Hammer. All right? I notice that you hear me mention this a lot. This is discussions that I don't really say on this show a lot, but there are actually really great topics by our host, Matt Brown. The reason I told Kyle Sean McDermott should not be in the Coach of the Year voting is because we know he can coach in the regular season. But to me, we're judging him by the postseason now. For us to go, okay, he deserves to be in that consideration. He's got to do something in the postseason. But right here is one of those reasons why people know, is he really that good? Is he really on a hot seat? Is he going to get fired? Reasons for that game management are those are the reasons we don't have him in the Coach of the Year voting. Those are the reasons. And again, it's just another sign once again of this is why we can't trust him. This is why we can't trust him. All right? And Stroud, hey, he played great, okay? You know, threw for over 300 yards, right? Stephon Diggs obviously led them in receiving. I just want to get the numbers on the Texans real fast. Their running game did all right. Cam Akers had a rushing touchdown, right? He ran the ball pretty good. Okay. Schultz, he had 4 for 34. Ogunbowale, sorry if I butchered the name, 6 catches, 57 yards. Schultz, I mean, not Schultz. I meant to say Nico Collins. 12:37 a.m. Bear with me. 2 catches, 78 yards for Nico Collins. Now he's out against us for when the Texans play the Patriots. Please, you guys still beat us. Texans had 1 sack. Khalil Davis. D'Amico Ryans is doing a hell of a job, man. Seriously. We got to give him serious credit because what he is doing with the Texans is phenomenal. 8 of 16 on 3rd down. Great. 2 turnovers. I don't think we'll get that done, right? 7 for 65 penalty-wise. That's not good. Stroud played a really good game outside of the penalties. But other than that, hey, man, the Texans, they had that bad game against Minnesota. But they're much better than that. That might be an outlier game, but let me tell you, man, team's for real. Okay? All right, I'm going to briefly go through the Cardinals, Niners, and Giants, Seahawks because I kind of know what happened in Giants, Seahawks. So let me actually do that game first. I hate this team. I really do. But let's get to this, please, for a minute. Daniel Jones weirdly played good against the Seattle defense I thought was better. But clearly I realized y'all are way shit than I thought you were. Okay? Denver, New England, Miami. Huge difference when you play good teams. This was a game I thought it would be like that for their defense to play well. And I had them in fantasy. Yet I still won. But you fucks let Darius Slayton go off. Okay, he's a stud. Here's the worst part of this. Tyrone Tracy Jr. runs the ball for 18 carries for 129 yards on you guys? What now? Who the fuck is that dude? Tyrone Tracy Jr., 18 carries for 129 yards. Who now? You let that dude go off on you? Daniel Jones is 23 of 34 for 257 and 2 touchdowns. He plays good against you? Slayton has 8 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, he caught a touchdown too. The Giants defense, let me tell y'all something right now. That defense is damn good. Okay? Problem is, they can look good, but their quarterback play is horrible. This game, it wasn't. They had 7 sacks. 3 from Dexter Lawrence, 2 from DJ Davidson, half a sack and a sack from a couple of guys. Brian Burns had 1. Okay? Guys, I knew the Giants front four would be good. Now, Thibodeau's out. That's a big loss, right? They had a blocked field goal from Bryce Ford Wheaton that sealed the game. Seattle, I make fun of your coach because he's literally the little Joe, Angry Joe lookalike from Angry Joe Show, which he is. But 7 of 16 on 3rd down, a little under 50%. That's actually not bad. This team was 1 of 4 in the red zone, and they beat you. This team was 1 for 4, and they beat you. Geno Smith, I don't know what it is. I don't know. He played actually solid. I can't even really blame him. I'm blaming his defense because I don't know what version of this defense this team is. Like, are they good or are they not good? This team had 3 sacks. They had a 100-yard fumble return from Rayshawn Jenkins, who was not bad with the Jaguars. He wasn't bad. Okay? You can't even get you can't stop their run game. You can't stop Daniel Jones. When you held Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, and Skylar Thompson in check. Mike McDonald, you are the Angry Joe, Little Joe for sure look alike. Let me tell you this too. You looking very shaky as a coach too lately. Now I get it. You're taking over for Pete Carroll, a legend in Seattle. I get that. But dude, that's bad. Detroit, okay, number one offense, no issue there. The Giants, oh no. That's unacceptable. Absolutely not. No. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Cardinals-Niners. Now, I have to put somebody else on blast that is also a friend of mine on this show, okay? And yes, you're not escaping criticism. You know who I'm about to talk about too. Actually, for the average fans. So, my buddy's brother, you guys remember Vinbot when we brought him on for opening of Loungetime, okay? So Vin's brother wanted to get in the NFL, right? And he was looking for a team. Now, originally he was going to go with the Rams. I was like, all right, that's a good team, although they're having a bad start right now. He decides, you know what? I have Kyler Murray in fantasy. I like him, right? I'm going to be a Cardinals fan. Literally buys a jersey, okay? Couldn't even really watch the Commanders game. I get a text from Vin that shows a video of Matty S. This is what we call him. Matty S is sleeping during his own game. Now, real football OG fans, if they got on me for this, they would rip me to shreds for sleeping during when my team played. They would. Okay, I'm telling you how like the football tradition that I've been growing up into was. This dude fell asleep during his own team's game. The only reason I think I'm okay with somebody sleeping during the game is A, if you're not feeling that damn well, you got the flu, you get that's understandable. Man, if you feel like shit, okay. You feel like shit where you to the point where you're sick and you need to rest and sleep during the NFL. That's understandable. That's the only exception. It's the only exception. Okay? This dude fell asleep during his own damn team's game. You know why I don't put you on the show now. That's why. So this man's been asking me to get on Loungetime. Dude, number one, you can't talk sports. I'm sorry, I'm not talking game metas with you on this. Oh no, we're not talking video game meta. This is a football show, my guy. Why do you think I got the Patriot blanket over here? And why do you think all I do is talk football? Why? Because I love it so much. All right. Now, video game meta. Listen, I'm not as great with video game metas. Okay, this is not that type of show, my guy. All right, that's not my type of show. Now, my family friend watching this, he's like, "No, I want a video game meta show so I could talk to you about this one game." I'm not playing, by the way. I'm not playing it because I'm not spending a lot of money for a game that's outdated, one, and two, there's way better games I would pay for that. But again, let me get back to the football because that's conversations that, I don't know why I'm bringing it up during the football thing. But I have to explain this because Matty S is a fake Cardinals fan, yet his own team won! Anyway, Kyler Murray was 19-30 for 195 yards. He had a touchdown and a pick. He also had 7 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. So not only the guy you bought the jersey of has a pretty good game, he literally comes back against the 49ers with 11 points in the fourth quarter, and you don't even watch your own team, Matty. Yeah, I'll put you on blast, bro. I'm putting you on blast. This is why I don't put you on Loungetime. This is exactly why. Because you sleep during a great game, a game you weren't supposed to win to begin with. Yeah, I'm roasting you. This is all about that. James Conner actually ran the ball well, 19 carries for 86 yards. Michael Wilson actually was leading in receiving. This is actually mind-boggling. 5 catches for 78 yards. Trey McBride, 6 catches for 53 yards. Wow. So Marvin Harrison got held in check. Elijah Higgins, had a touchdown. Mack Wilson had a fumble recovery. The defense had 2 sacks. Mack Wilson actually had a pick also. The Cardinals, hey, I said this is not a bad team. This is not a bad team, guys. They're going to surprise some people. They could score. 3 of 10 on third down is not going to cut it. 1 of 3 in the red zone. That's not good. But again, for a team that's rebuilding, to beat a team that's basically dominated the division for the majority of the last 5 years, it's actually pretty damn good, man. To go on the road and beat them. Hey, give Jonathan Gannon a lot of credit. I'm not really the biggest Jonathan Gannon fan, but he got it done. Brings me to the Niners, where there's some serious... This team's getting bit with the injury bug. Brandon Ayuk goes off. 8 catches, 147 yards. George Kittle has a touchdown. Jordan Mason gets 14 carries for 89 yards. Brock Purdy, 19 of 35 for 244. Had a touchdown and 2 picks. He doesn't really play that great. The defense has 1 sack on the day from Leonard Floyd. 2 quarterback hits. And the touchdown comes from Demondre Lenore on, I don't know what it was off of. I'm going to try to look for it. Nick Bosa is a stud. We know he's going to get after the quarterback. That dude's a beast. Okay? But, let me look, actually. Oh, he had a 61-yard return of a blocked field goal. Okay. That was a touchdown. I would technically count that special teams, but it's besides the point. Okay? But Brock Purdy did not play well. Let's take a look at the plays here. You throw a pick inside your own territory that gives the Cardinals a field goal, and you're up 13 in that instance. Turnover on downs, up 10, and 4th and 23. Why? What? Kyle Shanahan, what are you doing? Going for it on 4th and 23, up 10. What are you doing? Can someone tell me? Did Jake Moody get hurt at this point before this conversion tried to go through? Why are you going for it on 4th and 23? What the fuck happened here? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, first and goal, Jordan Mason fumbles. You're up 2. You can't even get the knockout punch. That's huge. Then Purdy throws the pick basically at the end of the game. Kyle Shanahan, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You're making me go, what? 6 of 11 on 3rd down. That's great. Over 50%. You should win the game. 1 of 6 in the red zone. 3 turnovers. Oh, yeah, that's why you lost. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem, dude. That's a serious problem. That ain't gonna get it done, bro. That ain't gonna get it done. That's bad. You got some major soul searching for them to do, and this is not a good sign for a team that, should win the NFC. All right. That's that. Okay. All right, I'm going to go over one more game because we are kind of getting a little too long here. I wanted to go over somebody's numbers, but I think, you know what? We can wait till next show because I have a very special guest coming that week, and I cannot wait to give him those numbers because he's going to be like, oh, we're going to have a field day. So, but I'm going to save that for the end of the show. You don't want to miss that. All right, let's go over Cowboys-Steelers. This was a great game, dude. I'm going to just kind of go over really the game in a nutshell because I want to get to the guarantees. Justin Fields, 15 of 27 for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't play that bad, I don't think. I just think, one, the Steelers' offensive line is really shaky, especially at tackle. Connor Hayward, Pat Freiermuth caught touchdowns. The wide receivers for the Steelers, it's not a good group. It's not a good group. George Pickens, to me, who I like, I don't know if he could be a trustable number 1. Van Jefferson, who I like, Is he a 2? I don't know. Calvin Austin's a deep threat, big play guy. I don't like this wide receiver core. I don't like them at all. I think this wide receiver core is making this offense look bad for what it is. Because Arthur Smith's looking at this like, okay, Najee Harris is a good running back. Jalen Warren's a good running back when he's healthy. Okay, if we can run those two backs and get Justin Fields into some manageable passing situations, we could win. The problem is, who the fuck do you trust as the number one receiver outside of George Pickens? Nobody. You can't trust anybody out of that group. Probably maybe as a 2. The defense, listen, man, TJ Watt, that dude is a stud. That man is really, really, really special. He really is. I swear, dude, he looks like a Halloween character. That's how scary this dude looks. I look at him celebrate every time on sacks. I'm like, bro, he's more frightening than his brother. Like, his face is like purple. I'm like, bro, what are you, Dracula in cleats? Like, I look at him, I'm like, bro, this guy looks like fucking Dracula and a vampire in cleats. Man's face is purple. I'm like, bro. They allowed a Halloween character to play football. That's him. That's him playing football. That dude is special. He's phenomenal as a defensive player. We have an argument, me and my colleague Joey, we had him on last year towards the NBA season. I'm bringing back the NBA nerd, don't worry. He got his defensive player of the year. The man had a chance to win it a couple of years, bro. But, hey, Aaron Donald got in the way. I know Stephon Gilmore got him once, but that dude is special. The defense of the Steelers, 2 picks, right? They did what they had to do. Problem is, this offense to me is bad. This offense is really bad. I don't think this team is... I'm not going to say they're a bad 3-0. They were a bad 3-0 team. I think that's wrong. But 3-12 on third down. 8 penalties, though. That is horrible. That is really, really horrible. The Steelers, offensively, they need a piece. They need to go make a move to be a serious playoff contender. Because if you can't expect me to believe that offense is going to make them a serious playoff contender. They don't. They need a real wide receiver in there that can help Fields out. Because Najee and Jalen Warren, I like those two guys. They're not going to get it done. Let's go to the Cowboys because my extended family, my cousins are waiting for this. So is my uncle Al. Dak Prescott, let me tell you something. You didn't play that great, but when you finally had to come up with a clutch drive, you did it. Another guy another guy I'm worried about when it's December and into the playoffs. That's all I'm worried about Dak when it comes to it. Okay? 29 of 42 for 352 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rico Dowdell had 20 carries for 87 yards. Okay? Jalen Tolbert had 7 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown. Rico Dowdell, 2 catches, 227 yards and a touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 6 for 70. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 62. Kevontae Turpin, 4 for 50. Okay? Prescott fumbled once. The defense of the Cowboys without Micah Parsons, this is a bigger statement for them. 3 sacks, 8 quarterback hits. Jordan Lewis had a fumble recovery. How about the Cowboys defense without Micah Parsons? And I read this, that the Cowboys are actually a better run defending team without Parsons. Is that why you guys won't pay Micah Parsons? I'm not going to judge off one game against the Pittsburgh Steelers for saying that. I'm not going to say that, but bro, the man deserves his money, 1. 2, the Steelers may be not that great of a 3-2 team than we think they are. Okay? 9 of 15 on third down. Hey, man, that's great. That'll win you games. You almost lost this dude with 1 for 4 in the red zone, 11 penalties, and 3 turnovers. Guys, the Cowboys do things that make you go, this is why they lose in the playoffs. This is the type of shit we expect. But they also do things where they go, how the fuck did we win that game? That's what they do. 11 penalties for 87 yards. Horrible. 1 for 4 in the red zone. Awful. 3 turnovers. Awful. Yet you still won. That's the mind-boggling part of that. Okay? All right. Let's get to the NFL Week 6 picks because I actually this time want to do the guarantee it's on DraftKings stuff, okay? Because I want to have the actual stuff like there because ESPN Bet, I'm trying to see if I could find the live numbers. If not, we'll just use ESPN Bet. All right, here we go. This is what I want to see. Okay. Let's take a look at the NFL things. All right. So again, when we go to guarantee, it's right. My picks are not to be used for gambling purposes. I just tell you what I like, and hey, if you like it, awesome. If you don't, all good. Totally understand. All right, let's get to the guarantee. It's starting off with a game literally actually going to happen in 8 hours, which is the Jaguars and Bears in London. Okay, I'm gonna tell you all right now, I don't really love this game from a watching standpoint. I honestly don't mind missing this tomorrow. I actually have to take care of something small for this. I might tune in at the end. I'm going to go with the Bears to win. I trust Caleb Williams over Trevor Lawrence. I think Doug Peterson's team, they're running into a Bears defense that's actually pretty sneakily good. And Jaguars just barely beat the Colts. And I think Doug Peterson might be on the hot seat if they lose to the Bears. And I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think the Jaguars defense is that good either. They have receiver problems too. I like Brian Thomas Jr., but Kirk, Gabe Davis, can't quite trust him. So I'm gonna go with the Bears to win. And I'm gonna say it's a weird kind of game too. I'm gonna say 26-23 Bears. I don't like the over in this game because I feel like I could go a little under that, but I'm gonna go 26-23 Bears over the Jaguars, but I don't love the over. Cardinals-Packers. Sneaky good game of the week, man. All right, Jordan Love against Kyler Murray, two good young quarterbacks in the league in Lambeau Field. Take the over. I like the over in this game. 47, pretty. That might go over. I like it. I think this is a good number. I think that Green Bay's defense is. It's good. But I think the Arizona could score on him a little bit. Harrison Jr. against Jair Alexander, if he's back, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Jordan Love is going to score on the Cardinals defense because I think you can light them up. Take the over in this game. I like the over 47 against in the Cardinals-Packer game. I'm gonna go a score 28-24. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be that type of game. Take the over. I think both teams score pretty good points. I wouldn't be shocked if it's higher than that. Colts-Titans. Oh my God, this game, bro. Come on, man. I'm not a fan of this game at all. I'm not. Titans are 3-point favorites. No touch in this game at all. I don't like it. I'm gonna go with the score of. Can I go wild here? Let's go 18-12. Colts. I don't think this is gonna be that good of a game. This smells bad. I want no part of this. 18-12. Colts to beat the Titans. Texans-Patriots. Oh my God. Drake May's first career start. I'm happy about it, okay, that he's playing, but let me tell you something right now. The Houston Texans are going to beat the New England Patriots and will cover 6.5. Guaranteed. The Houston Texans beat the New England Patriots. This is a bad matchup. Wrong place, wrong time. If Drake May beats the Texans, I will be happy. Do I expect it? Hell no. I'm taking the Texans to win 30-13 over the New England Patriots. I don't think they're that good. Even when Drake May is going to play, I don't. Maybe this team proves me wrong, but Gonzo should take away Stephon Diggs. Nico Collins out. I'm not worried, though. That defense D'Amico's building is really nice. I expect them to be back. So, Joe Mixon's back in the lineup. Texans, 30-13. They prove why they are an AFC contender. Give me that. Bucs Saints. Tampa is 3.5-point favorites because Derek Carr is out. Spencer Rattler starting. Give me Baker to beat the Saints. New Orleans voodoo magic happens. It's weird. I'm going to go with New Orleans to win. Tampa to win. Sorry. 103. Okay. Been recording this for probably an hour. Give me the Bucs to win. 24-13. Bucs win. I'm going to take that. That's what I think the score's going to be. Let's go Browns-Eagles. Let me tell you something. Eagles is that 8.5-point favorites to the Browns? Yes? Okay. This game should be the Eagles' get-right game and win. Okay? They should destroy the Browns. Deshaun Watson sucks. If you guys lose to Cleveland, are we going to have a record number of coaches being fired before the season? Because Nick Sirianni's heading that way now. I don't think so. I think the Eagles win. I want to say 31-10. I don't think Deshaun's going to do anything. I'm done on the Browns. I'm out. I'm off. I don't think they're going to be that good. I would listen. To lay 8.5, I wouldn't do it. But I can't take Cleveland plus 8.5. I can't take that. No way. No way. Eagles win, but no. I'm not. No. I don't like anything in this game. Commanders Ravens. Okay, now we get to a game I like. Okay. Ravens are 7-point favorites. Over and under is 51.5. I know Washington's playing really good ball. And they haven't really beat an elite team yet. But 7 is a lot. I'm tempted to take Washington plus 7, but part of me is thinking, am I going to be baited into a trap that I don't want to be baited into? And I'm thinking that answer is probably yes. So, I would take the over, though. I think both teams do score. Okay, both pass defenses suck. I think Lamar and Jaden Daniels, this is going to be the duel of the day between these two guys. Take the over. The Ravens-Commanders will go over 51.5. Guaranteed. That's going to go over 51.5. I'm taking the Ravens to win, though. 31-27 over the Commanders. I want to take plus 7 Washington, but I'm not doing it. Actually, I said 28-24 with the Cardinals. Yeah, I think it's going to be 31-27. It might be higher than that, but I'm definitely take the over. Definitely take the over. That's a guarantee for me. Oh, yeah. Chargers, Broncos. Now, Chargers are coming off the bye. Denver's won surprisingly 3 straight. I'm not a big Bo Nix fan at all. I like the Chargers. I want to take them. Do I think they'll beat Denver? Probably not, but I'm going to have balls and say, you know what? I don't bet against Jim Harbaugh. Because I'm not a Bo Nix fan. I don't think he's that good. And I think the Chargers, if Justin Herbert can get back to the top 10 quarterback we know he can be, they will get back right. Chargers, I'm going to take, guess what? 23-17. Chargers beat Denver. I'm going to say that. Steelers, Raiders. Devontae Adams now supposedly, the Raiders don't want to trade him. Just make a fucking damn decision already on him. I don't care. I'm going to take in this game the Steelers because Aiden O'Connell starting against the Steelers. The Steelers are going to absolutely destroy him up front. I'm going to go with the Steelers to win. Can they get 20-10? You should win that game. On the road, can they get 20 with Fields? I think so. 20-10, Steelers over the Raiders. I'm going to do that. Lions, Cowboys. 52.5 is The over and under. Lions 3.5 in Dallas. I want to be nuts and take Dallas +3. I want to, because I feel like Dan Campbell's going to give the Cowboys a bone like he did going for 2. We all know the ending last year that happened between these two teams. I watched this actually on vacation. Another game. I like the over. Over 52.5. Lions-Cowboys. Over. Both teams are going to score. Goff against Prescott. I do think you're going to see some points scored. Okay? Here's a wild one. I think the Lions win this game 35-30 over the Cowboys. This is an over galore, and I think they cover, but I am tempted to try to take the Cowboys +3.5, but I'm not going to do it because I don't think the Cowboys defense is an answer for the Lions offense. But I will take the over. The Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions will go over 52.5. Guarantee. Okay? Bengals Giants. Oh man, what a fucking. Oh, I forgot at 4 o'clock in. Falcons Panthers. Atlanta. I'm not even hesitating. Would I cover the 6? They should win by 6, but Andy Dalton's starting, and they're coming off. They're well rested. They should cover 6. I'm not gonna bet this, but you know what? Atlanta, you should score 30. I'm gonna go. Can you get 30-16, Atlanta? I think you can. 30-16, Atlanta beats Carolina. Now we get to Bengals Giants. Bengals are 3.5 in Giants. Joe Burrow should light up this defense. Although the Giants defense front 7 is good, but Kayvon's out. Deonte Banks probably will take Chase. T. Higgins should go off. Give me the Bengals. 28-17, they beat the Giants. 28-17, they beat the Giants, I think. I do. I think they get back and they get right. They do not go over, though. That I don't think. Bills-Jets. Bills are 2.5 in Jets following their coach getting fired. Actually, 2 on DraftKings. 41 is the over and under. Last year, it was 19-13 in MetLife. It was 32. I'm going to do... It's a tricky game. Bills win on a walk-off field goal, 23-20. Don't like the over. Bills -2. I trust them more, but it's not a bet that I confidently like. Give me the Bills, 23-20. Now, Rich, you're probably like, why didn't you go over Niners-Seahawks? I'm tired, guys. Okay? I kind of did talk to him about both of these teams a little bit, but I'll give you a quick recap of the game. Real fast. Jordan Mason got banged up. Matthew Wright went off for the Niners. Field goal kicking wise. Brock Purdy actually played much better. 18-28 for 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Garendo, 10 carries, 99 yards. Okay? He did awesome. He had a 76-yard run that basically he had to go down to ice the game. Deebo Samuel, we know the big-time playmaker he is. Kittle goes off against Seattle, I feel like, every time. Okay? They bounced back, kind of expected this. Do not know how to pronounce this dude's last name, so I'm not even going to take a stab at it. They had 2 picks against Geno Smith. Niners own Geno Smith. Seattle, Geno sucks against the Niners. Their running game didn't really have a lot. Kenneth Walker had the rushing touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 4 for 65. Noah Fant, 4 for 63. Smith and Jigba, 5 for 53. Seattle's defense sucks. You mean to tell me they have 4 quarterback hits? Their only real touchdown was off a block. Was on a block field goal from Laviska Shenault. That's it. Yeah. Niners 5-12 on third down. That's not really that great. It's kind of in the middle. Seattle 7-16 on third down. That's pretty good. 9 penalties though for Seattle, 3 turnovers. That's why he lost the game. There you go. There's the short and sweet, to the point Thursday night game recap because I'm tired, 1 and 2. I have to take care of some stuff early in the morning. But I'm grinding it out for the people. All right, so let's go over the guarantees real quick. What I absolutely love. The Cardinals-Packers is going to go over. The Texans are going to beat the New England Patriots. Commanders-Ravens will go over the total. Lions-Cowboys will go over the total. Those 4. So let's get the live DraftKings odds ready because I'm going to do all together. Charles Barkley style. Guaranteed. The Houston Texans are going to beat the New England Patriots. The Cardinals-Packers will go over 47. The Lions-Cowboys will go over 52.5. And the last game, and I'm looking for the Ravens-Commanders will go over 51.5. We're going to go 4 for 4, baby. Guarantee! Woo! Charles Barkley style, we're doing the guarantees, baby. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so that way you guys can get all the latest details. We just recently added a new subscriber, and he left me a comment. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get his name for you guys real fast because this guy, I need to give him a special shout out because I couldn't believe I saw this while I was doing work, and I'm like, wow. And no, it's not from the typical fans that I usually get, but I got to shout this dude out because this dude, salutes to him, man, because he really does deserve a shout out, and I'm gonna do this for him because he recently just subbed to the Loungetime channel, and he's not actually one of my friends that I know watches the show a lot. To be honestly truthful, let me just get his name because I want to shout him out, dude. Let me pull it up because this dude, I'm gonna give him a shout out for giving me a subscriber. And I subscribe to his channel too, because I have to share the love, man. So I'm gonna shout out a guy named Lucky Sparrow 777, Lucky Sparrow 777. Thank you for subscribing to the Loungetime channel, man. Welcome to the Loungetime family, man. Okay, hope you continue to give us the support, man. Thank you as always for supporting the channel. So thank you for joining up, man. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, because we got a lot of NFL content. You do not want to miss it, especially next week when we have a very special guest. I am not going to announce who it is because I'm going to make it a surprise. I cannot wait to talk to him about the NFL and a bunch of other things. Cannot wait. You do not want to miss it, okay? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week on the next episode of Loungetime. Have a great NFL Sunday, everybody.